People at SEER are always asking me, hey Will, I'm thinking of getting started in speaking, and would you mind sitting down and looking at my slide deck and helping me through my slides? Give me some pointers, yada, yada, yada. And I figured, one, it scales if I record this and share this with them so they can do these things first, but then I figured, well, why not share it with everybody? Luckily at SEER, we have a pretty sizable platform, and we want our team to take advantage of that. So I'm helping them, hopefully I'm helping you. Let's rock. The first thing you should do is assume that people are looking for a reason to tune your ass out. Start off with that assumption. So when you open up your slide deck, say, how am I going to capture someone's attention in a way that says what's coming up next is worth not looking at your email for the next 20, 30, 40 minutes. The other thing that I see that people do is they open up talking about themselves. Definitely don't tell me about your company because I don't care. Knowing what company you're from does not help me on Monday morning when I get back to my desk. So don't talk to me about your company, don't talk to me about your Fortune 500 clients. Immediately start off talking about what they may get as a result of paying attention for the next 20 to 30 minutes of their time. Nobody cares about the other shit. The other thing I like to do when I open up a presentation is to take something that they're seeing every day and try to show them it through a new lens, a new way of looking at something in a way that impacts the day-to-day of their work. Another thing that I used to do, and as you become a little more well-known in the circuit, it's not necessarily as critical, but for my first 4 or 5 years, I would walk the room. I would meet 5 or 10 people just in the room. I'd ask them their name, and I'd ask them, what are you hoping to get out of today? What's something that you're struggling with? What's your industry? And then as I was presenting, because I have a good grasp on the material, I was able to kind of pivot, speed up certain areas based on the feedback, slow down others, and you're also able to shout people out. And then just in the flow of your presentation, you're talking about something, you go, oh, like this over here. You know what? And John, by the way, we talked earlier before my session, and John said, bum, 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 and this is the kind of thing that's gonna help you, John. Hit me up later if you have any questions. That kind of thing really makes a connection with that person, but also kind of the people around you. Another thing that I like to do when I'm opening a presentation is stoke a frustration. Try to find a don't you hate it when. Don't you hate it when your manager doesn't give you the respect you deserve, or doesn't look at your reports, or just kind of puts them under the rug, and everybody's gonna go, yeah, I hate that. Now you've got people with some yes momentum. Yes, I don't like that. Yes, I don't like that. Yes, I don't like that. And that's when you get to come in and go, I'm gonna fix that for you. I'm gonna give you 10 ways today to fix that thing. Now they're like emotionally invested in paying attention to these 10 things because you've just signaled that you're gonna help them solve something that really frustrates them on their day-to-day. Something I see way too many people look at people like myself and other people who have been on the circuit for a while and prominently on the circuit is you spend way too much time on the setup and not enough time on the meat. Be careful spending time on jokes and examples and analogies. Like, that's cool, but try to use like a 2 to 10 rule. For every 10 minutes you're presenting, I'll give you 2 minutes of setup. But if you're spending a lot of time on the setup and I don't even know who you are, I'm looking to check email because I don't know if you're ever gonna bring any fire. Whereas somebody with a little bit more experience, or a lot more experience to be honest, people kind of know it's gonna be worth it, so therefore they're waiting to not miss anything. But if you're new, make sure you do that right. Another thing is, assume that I'm gonna be overwhelmed. Assume that I am gonna have so much on my mind, so many things that I'm taking in from all these great speakers. So then it's your job to say, how am I gonna drop the right line, show people the right types of examples that's gonna make me the first thing they wanna do when they get back to their desk, because then they'll remember me. Your goal, to be the thing that I'm gonna do on Monday morning when I get back to my desk, look through all my notes. I want you to be at the very, very, very top of that list. If you truly care about being a great speaker, then you already know this, but you have to obsess about feedback. I just got recent feedback from a conference where I was rated average, and I was pissed off about that. And I emailed the team back, and they're like, oh, we're gonna have you back, you were great, and the qualitative was amazing. But I was like, are these numbers right on the quantitative, because they're not matching up? And the conference was like, dude, you killed it, we're gonna bring you back next year. Like, 50 people asked you to keynote next year. And I still was like, screw that. If I'm gonna come back next year, I wanna know what's making people rate me average, around like the top 30 or 40 percentile, where I'm usually used to being much higher. So even me at this point in my career, having done hundreds of speeches, I still obsess about the feedback, and so should you. So the last piece of advice that I have for you is just another way to connect with the audience. I don't care if you do a Skype, a Hangout, answer people's questions on Twitter, stalk the hashtag and just respond to people. If you even sit in the back and say, I'm gonna be in the back of my laptop. If anybody's willing to show me your website, I will sit here and spend the next half hour, 45 minutes helping you all to do these things better next week when you come in, or next week when you come to your job. So those are 9 things that I got for you. Sorry if it's a little bit long, but I hope this helps you to just go rock it when you're out there speaking, and hopefully it'll help you give me a harder time when I'm presenting. I'm looking forward to the challenge. Have a great one.